Hi, this is Demon and welcome to hell. Today, it's going to be another episode of Fuck It or Fix It. And we got to remove a stud out of the end of the camshaft on 2004 Cadillac DeVille. Enjoy. We're going to extract a stud out of a camshaft on a 2004 Cadillac DeVille. Now this is not where you want to be. I had found that the stud was broken off and it had broken off internally. So it's not, I cleaned up the surface, but it's not out forward enough. You know, if I try to weld it with the MIG to put a nut on, I'm just going to weld it to the threads and then I have to drill it out. But everybody knows how hard it is to drill bolts out of a camshaft. Well, still in the motor. So anyways, we're going to go in there with a TIG and I'm going to build up the bolt and actually stretch the stud out and put a head on it, and we're going to spin that thing right up. It's going to be a little surgical and everyone's going to be like, hey, what are you doing? But it is what it is, and we got to pull the stud out. So, enjoy. You gotta make sure that it's separated, right? It's not sticky. So close, I think so.
What are you looking for when you're looking at the color?
Blackness under the edges. Sometimes when it snaps off, it spirals and jams into the side, and when you're TIG welding it, it'll just fuse to the sides. So I'm making sure that there's enough room around that there's no slag or nothing that's fused in there. Tiny bit up there. Give it a whirl. And if you'll notice, my ground, or actually my positive lead, is right next to the area being welded. You can't just put it somewhere else on the motor because all the electricity is going to travel through and burn out at every connection. So by having the ground here, or my ground, on this end, it's going right from here to here. And coming through, right? There you go. Built that up a little bit. And now I'll put a nut over top of that. Like so. Go. Fuck off. That's what you don't want to see. Look at that. Stupid fucker.
What happened?
The nut heated up and come off the little stud I made faster than I could put a blob in there. So it fused to my tungsten. Isn't that a piss off? It was like just a... So yeah, we've got to break that tip off and prepare it. One of these days. There we go. that off. So now what we're doing is letting that head of that nut cool down, and part of that heat in there will upset the dimensions of the stud. That'll loosen it up. Should loosen it, but does loosen it up a bit. But I'm not taking any chances on this one, so that's why I haven't taken the cover or anything off, because I got to heat up the end of the camshaft. And yeah, no one's gonna like that, but it's either I buy a new fucking camshaft or I do that, make it work. And I don't want to buy a new camshaft.
Because it's a caddy and it's expensive.
Yeah, it's my kid's car, and she's done. It was an oil change, and now this. So yeah. Now, a moment of truth. Are you cringing, John?
I got the carb on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be
On
awesome.
that, a couple other things put on, so.
Little suspenseful motorheads. Look over. Let's do it and don't burn anything else.
You got a brazing tip on there for concentrated heating, eh?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful tip too. The point is to expand this enough that it will let go. It will let go of said stud. What do you think, man?
What a stupid piece of engineering that is.
Yeah. Working. We're making it. Look at all this. This is the worst case scenario.
If we didn't have this thing, we'd probably be we would be putting this thing in right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We're putting that engine in right now.
Fuck yeah. All this. One bolt, the trouble it has caused. You know mechanics, one bolt always leads to another one. Oh, it's in there so tight. This is the hardest one I've done in a long time. That's nice and hard. We brought it out another 1/4 of an inch or more. That's how tight this one is. It's out. It's coming. Look, you can see threads.
On that? No?
Oh, yeah, I probably could actually at this point. I mean, it's easier to weld a nut on it. You have better control. If you break it off, then you're back at ground. You're fucking
no, you just
again.
do your trip.
This is like it's the most tedious. How do you like that suspense? Because it's like, no, you never do that. You can't do those things. You know, mechanics watching other mechanics.
Mm.
Yeah. If I feel nervous about it, everyone else does. The longer you heat the camshaft, the heat goes through the rest of residual metal, and the nut gets hot, and it's not as solid, right? It's weakened, so you'll twist it off. And I thought I was moving it a little bit better, and it got a little too cold, and then I seen the head of the nut go. So once it starts to turn, that's it. Right, you got. Oh, you're.
Got to take it off and center it
This
again.
is, yeah, you gotta do this painstakingly. The good news is I didn't break the stud off inside. You want the nut to break rather than the stud. You don't want to have to weld it from the inside again. So now we have to let that cool again, because once it cools, then it'll be hard enough that I can use that to turn it. And then we'll heat up the end of the camshaft. See, and it hasn't cooked the seals or this bearing, and it doesn't matter, because this old bearing and seal packing is getting replaced. That's why I'm doing it here, because the rest is a heat shield. Although I might have. Nope, haven't melted anything yet. And that's the thing, we don't want to melt wires and belts and pulleys and covers. Round 2.
His old granny's driving his old 2-door Novas and the back half of the frames there.
Oh yeah. That's what's nice about working on this one. Not everything's rusted out, but
That's nice.
yeah. This is the newest car I put a torch to. Yeah. But hard going the whole way. Remember, this is nice high carbon steel, so rate of thermal expansion is totally different, and it'll cool off way faster. So, so I gotta heat it up, and then get a couple turns, and then heat it up again, because look how easy it's coming now. Right? As soon as it starts cooling, you can see it in my wrench. You can see that the crankshaft's contracting as it cools. That's how fucking tight it is. I hope this thing isn't really long. You know what happened? Someone didn't read. It's like, I don't need a torque wrench. Snap. Hey, maybe we should have got that torque wrench. Right, John?
Get out of there. Yeah.
You've never heard that before, eh? Ah, fuck.
In here?
No, just in general.
Oh, yeah.
We've all done it. We're all like, it's okay.
Hear that.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, not the cast iron. That gives you a sick feeling. It's sick. Yeah. Don't break off a corner in the block. I know this to everyone, this must seem long and suspenseful, but if you know how long I've actually been at this is fast going. Out already.
It's out?
I know, it's coming.
How long is that thing?
I don't know.
Holy!
Yeah, car list.
And it's still coming up.
Yeah. Almost out. There's going to be 15 minutes of the screw coming out. Oh, I feel it. Yeah.
Don't grab it with your fingers.
Oh, yeah. I'll put it on my tongue. Be like, eh. And then lick it. It's done. The deed is done. Before it catches something on fire here. There you go. Oh,
There it is.
There's the caddy's broken tooth. Bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Look at that, because someone fucked up the threads originally, probably. She has a broken, it's a fucked up thread. So, I mean, it's been off before or something when they put it in there. There's probably rust and dirt in the hole when they put it back. Assholes. So, there, it's out. Yay, all that trouble for that. Well, now on to step 2. Now we can get back to changing the valve cover gaskets and camshaft gaskets and oil pan gas. Now we can continue actually working on this stuff. That's a nightmare. So, for the camshaft, we'll let it cool, sand it up, run a tap through it, make sure it's nice and clean, and I got a new bolt, and then we'll reassemble.
There you go.
And just so you know, that's like the last option. Nobody wants to do that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do it. But today it worked.
Do what you gotta do. Get the job done.
Yeah.